What's up everybody, Jonathan here with Boston Collectors, and in today's video we'll be unboxing the Endgame War Machine Mark 6. We wanted to try something different with the unboxing segment, so let us know what you all think about it in the comments section below. As seen with the previous released Endgame figures, all of the boxes pretty much share the same design. We have reflective surfaces with a pull-out sleeve from the side which is embroidered, and there isn't much in terms of texture outside of the reflective name and logos. Shout out to the cast and crew for putting this together. We now have the whodunits. Overall, I really love the polished feel of the box design. Even though mine came in a bit dinged up, I still appreciate the art direction. As we continue on, we're met with the War Machine embroidered styrofoam insert, which is a standard design for many Iron Man figures. We have two levels to this insert, the accessory tray underneath the styrofoam packaging, as well as the main layer to the styrofoam packaging, which we're getting into now. There's no hot toy smell here, but wow, this figure looks really cool in the packaging. And right away, before we dive into the rest of the video, this figure is beautiful. The way the suit picks up the light is just wow. Let's go ahead and get into the box. To start, the figure is pre-equipped with a pair of fists right out of the box. Unfortunately, the light will not shine through the repulsor portion of the palms. These also feel rather loose on the joint, at least mine did. I'm glad these are considered a standard though with the Iron Man pieces, since articulated hands don't really ball up the way we would like them to. Plus, it adds so much more presence to the shelf, at least in my opinion. Next up we have the articulated pair of hands. Currently there's only one finger that can swivel, and that's the thumb. However, the rest of the fingers are articulated for us to replicate a normal gesture, relaxed gesture, and so on. The palm will light up with these pair of hands if you've installed the batteries included with the figure. Last but not least, as far as hands go, we have the repulsor blasting hands. While yeah, you can replicate this with the articulated hands, these are actually angled up higher for it to replicate a pulse blast. Like the articulated hands, these will also light up from the palm. Moving on to the base, we have the basic hexagonal style with the logo of the character and a pretty bad nameplate design. For a figure that's almost set for $400, we really do deserve better than this. I digress though. We're also given a flight pole with a waist grabber for high flying poses. Installation for that is relatively easy if you loosen the screw on the clamp before placing it on the pole. Once you're done, you're all set to pose. We're only given one weapon in terms of accessories. Well, outside of the repulsor hands, of course. Inserting this piece is relatively easy. Locate the keyhole on the right shoulder, add a little force to key it in, and you're all set. The weapon does protrude out a little bit if you're posing him where it appears unarmed. There's also a lot of range of motion when it comes to pointing and twisting the weapon as well. The helmet design is very sleek and straightforward. It's also battery operated if you'd like to install the batteries for the eyes to glow. Mine didn't really seem to glow vibrant for long, and in fact they dimmed a lot quicker than the other light up features on the figure. Overall, the build of the helmet matched the rest of the suit very well. Moving on to the portrait, I'm not really a fan of the magnets sticking out of the forehead. I understand the faceplate needs to come down, and for that to happen, we need magnets present, right? However, it does not look great on the figure at all if you'd like to pose him with the portrait on. As far as the portrait's likeness, it looks like Don Cheadle. This is in no way beating the Iron Patriot's portrait, but it's close enough in design. The furrowed brow is there. We have really nice lines in his face. He looks younger to me for some reason. Speaking of the Iron Patriot's portrait, unfortunately it doesn't fit properly on this figure. A lot of Iron Man figures have similarities, right? However, always read the instruction manual with every piece that you receive. You can't assume just because of having maybe 5 other Iron Man figures that for some reason the 6th one won't be any different. We'll dive into that more in a bit though. Overall, the build design of this figure is solid. It feels very sturdy and very heavy. I love the sleek design and the line work in this suit. Honestly, it really feels like I'm looking at a brand new car at times. If you're not used to posing your Iron Man figures with the leg drop mechanic in the hip, you'll have to get used to it with this figure. I'm not a fan of having to do it, but it's there for a reason. Similar to other Iron Man pieces, the chest plate is removable to show off the technology underneath the hood. I won't be taking it off for posing, but maybe there's someone out there who will. This one's for you. Next, I'm used to having a bicep plate that will move when flexing or posing my Iron Man figures. This one doesn't come with a movable plate, and instead, we have a drop located right below the elbow for a little more range of motion. I'd much rather have a drop in the bicep plate myself, but I could be asking for a little too much. Overall though, this suit is absolutely jaw-dropping. The Mark 6 really shine under proper lighting conditions and wow, it's beautiful. To kick things off, we have the Endgame Thanos, Punisher War Machine, Endgame Captain America, Infinity War Iron Spider, Endgame Rescue, the clean Endgame Mark 85, and last but not least, the Endgame Iron Patriot. So I was originally on the fence with picking this up over the Iron Patriot and vice versa. Also planned on returning this piece because I felt like it fell short as a figure due to a few design changes. I'm not forced into using the drop mechanics for posing with the other Iron Man figures, so having to do that with this one just felt a little odd. I also don't think it helped that my copy came with a loose thigh swivel either. After spending more time with this figure, I'm definitely planning to keep it. I'm glad I didn't jump the gun on recording this video for you all because something wasn't right. I felt like this one just needed a bit more time to get used to. With that said though, I'm going to give this figure an 8 out of 10. While the suit design is absolutely beautiful, subtle poses in the thigh will require you to drop the leg, and I'm still not a fan of it personally. If you're on the fence, the Iron Patriot is still a better bang for your buck though. With the War Machine price at $369, Sideshow's giving it away with free shipping and 10% off at the moment. I still don't think that's enough to justify the price tag myself though. Save up a little more and grab the Iron Patriot. The customization on that piece is so much better, and you get a fully unhelmeted portrait as well. You really can't beat that. Regardless, I'm happy to have him, and he looks really good next to the War Machine Punisher in my cabinet. Under proper lighting conditions, this figure will shine. The design and the time that went into putting the suit together is astounding, to say the least. I don't think I need to say more if you're watching the B-roll. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Shout out again to Posing with Peter for shouting us out in his recent video. A lot of you came over and, showed so much love, and it's It's appreciated, man. Thank you so much. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. This is Jonathan with Boston Collectors, and thank you so much for watching.